Welcome to another episode of Cactus Quest. I'm your host Hunter, and in today's episode, I'm going to be traveling south, back down into Baja California. This video is part 1 of 3, and in this first installment, I'm taking a boat ride to Magdelena Island in search of agaves, pachyhaul trees, and of course cactus. Along the way, we even caught our dinner, and it's one hell of an adventure I'm excited to share with you. What's so special about this particular area is it's home to a number of local endemic species, and I'm hoping to find a few to share with you all. If you're new here, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with the latest videos that I'm putting out. Let's get into it. The rental came with a wasp. So we're on the road to Cancun, Baja. We got this Focaria here. Not a leaf on it. And it's in flower. And I believe it's splendens. Just a really beefy plant here. That's about a foot wide. It looks wider actually because it's got this jatropha that's growing right next to it, and the branches are kind of intermingling here. The genus Focaria includes around 11 species of xerophytic woody shrubs or trees. Stems are succulent to semi-succulent and furnished with spines, which are the remains of leaf midribs from the first leaves on each stem. Subsequent leaves do not leave spines. Clusters of oval green leaves are pronounced in response to rains and shed quickly when conditions become unfavorable. Focaria species are found all over Mexico and the southern parts of the adjacent United States, and only splendens, which we're looking at here, grows naturally in the southern USA, where it can be most prolific. Standing here in the little cow boneyard, you got all kinds of pieces of it. Look at this. That's a nice piece. It almost looks like a face, like a mask, right? It's pretty good, but what is even better is this. Oh, wait for it. Are you guys ready? You ready? Hold on. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, what a beautiful fucking flower. Look at that thing. Oh, how lucky. Pharaoh cactus right here in Baja, the south end of Baja, just absolutely going off here. Woo. Very, very pretty. Let's see what else we can find. God, look at the bronze, like that golden bronze color of the base of the Focarias. It's just so pretty. Then we got a little young Pachycereus pringlei. This will grow. If it's lucky, it'll grow to be a giant carden. As we make the nearly 2.5-hour drive from Loreto to San Carlos on the Pacific side of the peninsula, we got to witness the landscape's rise and fall. In some areas, nearly bare, and in others so thickly blanketed with thorn scrub that the thought of even attempting entry would be reserved for only the most dogged of lunatics. I'm on the trip with a few buddies, Jeremy from Hidden Agave Nursery, Tony KROCK of Agave KROCK fame, and of course my brother from another, Kevin, crazy for cactus.
Whoa, let him go on your hand. I'm good.
Look at that. We're getting ready to hop on the boat, and the dude who's gonna be taking us out, he's telling us that there is a population of Stenocereus eruca. Well, he didn't say that exactly, but he's telling us that there's a population of cactus that grow along the ground in a procumbent growth style, which could only be one thing here in the Magdalena Bay area. The endemic Stenocereus eruca, better known as the creeping devil. So we're gonna hop on the boat and go take a look and see if we can find it. Let's go. So right now we're making our way out to Magdelena Island. We're going through the bay. As I've said before, and I'll say it again, Baja California is like our very own little Socotra. We have so many different endemic plants that grow down here, and I gotta say it's an absolute pleasure to be out here on the water. I haven't been out in the ocean in a long time. And I'm excited to get on land and see what we can find. The mosquito situation on this fucking island is treacherous, man. I'm not used to being in a humid, desert. Usually the deserts I'm in are super dry. So we have made landfall here. We are on Magdalena Island, across the bay from Baja Sur, and the very first endemic cactus that we have found is a cochimea. I don't know that it's Haley, but look at the interesting flower of the cochimea. Really strange shape to it. You got the pollen sticking out there, and these are really nice, large, healthy plants. Actively growing. I think this is, I'm almost 100% sure that this is Cochimea halei. And then right next to it, you've got this Apuntia species. And this is a nice looking plant. I mean, that's got some serious glaucids right there. And I don't need to go on another rant about that. You guys know how I feel about the glaucids. Let's see what we got. There's a dead cochimea. Stenocereus gummosus, another Cochimea halei. And you can tell that this gets fog fed. Everything's got lichen draped off of it. And compared to the mainland Focarias, these actually are still in leaf. We got a dead Leah here. Just starting to pop up on the hillside. A little further up. Member of the Crassulaceae family. And what we're starting to see more of is these beautiful cochimeas, all in flower. And then, whoo, starting to see some beautiful agaves. My favorite plant in the asparagus family. You know, and asparagus is probably in the top 5, but oh man. Woo! Chubby ass leaves, dude. This is agave margarita. Yeah. You get the duds. This is you can tell the plants are old. Each one of these is a dried leaf. And basically what they do is, as the seasons move on, the leaves desiccate, the rosette pushes forward, and they develop a trunk with all these little dried leaves skirting off of it. And then behind it, truly glorious. This hillside is extremely dense. Very, very dense. A little tough to walk through, I'm not gonna lie, but you have more of this cochimea. And that's a large plant. Just to give you, it's probably about 4 feet across, the widest point, maybe more. And the stems sort of dangle and drape down the hill. And I don't know, they don't root. They're not rooted. It's pretty interesting. Now, I'm very grateful that we got to see them in flower. It would have been super cool to have found a couple of fruit. You get these little shamrock oxalis all over the place popping up. Not a bad view. Not a bad view when you're a desert island asparagus. Golly. Whew. The leaves on these are fat. For your typical agave, these have an extremely chubby, extremely succulent leaf. And I gotta tell you, there's something I really like about that. Something that really kind of scratches the itch, you know? It's like a gentle kiss on your back. Oh my God. Cochimeas in paradise. Look at that. Huh? Not too bad. Not too shabby. Look at the apex. Little woolly apex. You can't really tell that when you're looking at it, you know, when you're walking by, but if you look at that thing, it's in full growth mode. Very, very woolly apex. And I imagine that wool there, all those woolly trichomes are to help protect its growing meristem from the harsh UV that it's getting pelted with on a daily basis here. And you can see, you've got them literally just I mean, all over the hillside. It's actually pretty incredible. I was hoping to see them, like thinking, man, I would love to find one. And here I am. Not only have I found one, I found a whole bunch. And wow, I can't even begin to tell you. And you notice that very typical of the agaves, what they're gonna do is, you know, you've got the main plant, but as this thing begins to bloom, they're monocarpic, so after they bloom, they die, and then they give you a free walking stick. But after they bloom, they die. However, the plant lives on because by that point, it's already reproduced offsets through underground rhizomes. And it just keeps going. And they clump, and they clump, and they go on and on. So then you got this here, which this is a really pretty. The last time I saw these, they were heavily desiccated. That was up more in northern Baja. But this is Stenoserius gummosus. Look at that. Also actively growing. Look at that thing. Huh? Look at the color on that growth. Just pushing them out. And this thing, it'll droop over sometimes, and it'll start a new plant. And the plants, they have a little bit of a stronger cell tissue. They have a little more elasticity, and they're a bit stronger, so they can actually hold themselves up. They got more lignin, a lot more lignin. But what they differentiate from the Stenoserius aruca is that the aruca, they can't do that. They fall over, and they grow in a procumbent growth pattern. So that basically means growing along the ground without dropping down roots. Look at that little bundle of flowers. I mean, God. I hope you guys appreciate this. So beautiful. The variability that you find on plants is just incredible. Look at the spines on this thing. Jeez Louise, man. Good God. That big old dorsal pup just going berserk. The longest spines I think I've seen on one of these gummosus so far. So you're getting some of the purple hues there, right? And that stem down there's got a little purple. It's not too bad, and I think I spotted Euphorbia misera here as well. Bullet! Look at that. Another petalanthus. There's a member of the Euphorbiaceae. Look how cool that looks. So here's the flower of Petalanthus macrocarpa. They call it the lady slipper flower. And that would then lead me to believe that these should be the seed pods right here. So that's what they look like before they dry. And then this is what they look like after they dry and begin to dehisce. Just a couple of seeds. See it there? The texture on this really reminds me of the Euphorbia antisyphilitica that we saw down in Coahuila. It's just like thicker. Yeah. Now just a few hundred feet off the ocean here. And I know, I'm just gonna talk, for a second here. When it comes to agaves, I know that a lot of people that collect agaves, they like it when those terminal spines are wavy, right? They like the curlies. They like them. And so it's always cool to see photos of those on Instagram, It's always cool. It's even cooler when you see them up close and personal. I mean, just take a look at it. Look at these things. I mean, I don't know what you would call this, but those things are absolutely vicious looking. Oh my goodness. And you got a double.
What? Double trouble?
Little pair of them here. Dude, those are sick. Holy f***. That is badass. I wonder what caused that, or if that's just genetics. That makes for one hell of an epic looking plant, dude. Whew. So, I don't know what you agave collectors think of that, but that is something else, huh? Opuntias deserve love too, you guys. They do. Now, how's that for a fruit, huh? That's a fucking defensive fruit if I ever saw one, man. I mean, Now, I'd actually like to grow these from seed because I bet if you could really, you know, pump them in cultivation and really keep them healthy and juiced up kind of, they would look really good. But how am I supposed to be able to even, you know, good luck. Yeah, can't touch it. Fucking fruit of death. Battle fruit galactica right there, dude. I'm sorry. I'm a father of 3, so I got no ability to refrain from making stupid, corny dad jokes. You know, I'm like caught between 2 worlds. I also can't stop cursing. You know, you're living a dream. You're living a dream. You're holding a stick. You're walking around. You're feeling like the man. You wish you were a caveman. You wish we'd living in time before there were skyscrapers. And I wish I wasn't holding the phone. I wish I was holding a fucking spear and a torch. A torch made out of fur of some type of a extinct animal. And I'm just caravanning through. So look, you got the Dudleyias here. I know the guys are waiting for me, but look at the lichen. The spines are fucking completely covered in lichen. Oh man, it's beautiful. All right. Yeah. This is what, oops, sorry. This is what it looks like, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, when you walk up to a plant with a bunch of plant nerds. Dude, I have it in ultra wide angle there. All right, they want to take a picture. Oh, look what we got right here, boys. Iruka. You got the elder Cochimea here. You got Petalanthus. And then as I was looking, I was like, oh my God, the Gomosas are on the ground. But then I thought, oh, wait a second, baby. That ain't Gomosas. Nope. This is the younger sibling of Gomosas, thought to have evolved at a later period. And these stems look like they're just dangling here, actually, like attached to nothing, but still somehow managing to grow. Look at the girth on that thing, dude. I gotta say, this is one of the nice things is you could pretty much stop anywhere and you will find something spectacular. Stenoserius aruca, you can see it growing directly out of the sand, right? I mean, this is pure sand, essentially. And what happens is these will just literally grow and they'll push themselves along the sand. And the interesting thing is that they only stay rooted at the one point. They never throw down, like it's not rooted along here. It's only got roots down at the main stem. And so here's a perfect example. Even though you see this is growing upwards right now, the cell tissues in this particular species of Stenoserius compared to Gomosas do not have the same, they're just not as tough. And so this will start to grow up, but it will always fall over and become that kind of creeping devil that it's known to be. And they were thought to have evolved later than Gomosas. And the reason that you'll see the heads kind of aiming upwards like that, that's thought to be an adaptation that helped them to survive harsh windstorms that would cover them in sand. Pretty interesting. Beautiful plants. And they're available in cultivation, which is cool. Not very difficult to take care of. Look at that. Dude, look at the spines on that new one right there, dude. All along the roadside, you got the Stenoserius aruca growing here. It is endemic to the Magdalena Bay area only. It's the only place where it grows in the world. And all these Phylcarias, man, they just really, they I've not seen Phylcarias grow like this. Rusted out lobster traps. This is just fields of Stenoserius aruca. Covered in fruit too. Look at that bursera. Holy shit. Wow. Just a growth ring here. Look at that, man. You see how it grows down along the ground? Look at that. Pops out all the way over here. Good Lord. That's beautiful. That's stunning. Look at the colors on this agave. I shot a text over to Jeremy as I was editing this portion of the video to ask him why the teeth on the leaves of the agaves, of the new growth, why it's so colorful. And his reply was, nature is beautiful. So that's it. Now here on the island, it's not just all jatropha's and agaves and creeping devils. And had this not been in fruit, I may have missed it. But you have a species of Pinea cereus here. So you can see, this is where it goes into the ground. And then down in there, you have like essentially like a codex. I'm not gonna dig for it. I got nothing to dig for it with, but I would like to show you guys. But there it is. And this is the stem. You can see the stem here. This one's dried and desiccated, but these are the stems. This here. They have a beautiful flower. Absolutely stunning flower. All right, let's keep going. Now, I'm sure most of the seasoned collectors watching probably already grow Bursera phagoroides or maybe even microphylla, but a lesser known, at least in the trade and in the hobby, species is Bursera hinziana. Its northern range extends up the peninsula and into Sonora, as well as a handful of islands in the Sea of Cortez, and I was particularly infatuated with their windswept morphology. Just more evidence of the enormous environmental pressure that shape and mold not only the landscape, but the varying forms of life within it. Our planet is a rich, interconnected tapestry of living organisms, all playing a role directly in their ecosystems, which is humbling to witness firsthand, and my excitement on camera is often punctuated by moments of pure awe in the face of such a great mystery. Here we've got, this is just an incredibly old, grizzled, beautifully bonsaied, naturally bonsaied Bursera. I'm gonna go ahead and just call it hinziana. I'm almost positive that's what it is. This is the proper range for it. God damn, look at that one, dude. Look how small it is. Really nice, really nice.
Yo. Go. Oh, oh.
You want me to throw it? I was just getting some drone footage here. We're getting ready to start fishing in the right off the coast of the island. And as I was landing the drone, it's a little windy. Little boats rocking back and forth, and as I'm landing the drone, it goes into landing mode, and as it starts to land, the wind blows it, and it's going right, getting ready to land right, tilting off the edge of the boat, going in the water. And I dove in, grabbed it. Got a little cut, a little banged up, but luckily I was able to save it. And hopefully now we'll catch some din-din. We see if we can get Kevin eat some fish. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking fish.
It took about 3 minutes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like Cousin It right now. Alright.
Pretty wiped out.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it tastes. So you're gonna get down on some fish?
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
You're just nibbling, huh?
I'm just nibbling.
You're taking bites at the idea?
I need to be hooked.
Alright. Alright, there's the catch. We got potatoes, rice. Holy shish kebabs, dude. Quesadillas all over the edge of the plate. A huge thank you goes out to every single one of you guys and gals from all around the world, all the different countries that are tuning in, watching this. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Major gratitude. Stay tuned. This is part 1 of the series. Probably going to end up being about 2 or 3 different videos for the whole trip of Baja. And there's going to be some badass stuff coming up, so you're not going to want to miss it.